कुछ रास्ता लिख देगा, कुछ मैं लिख दूंगा। कुछ रास्ता लिख देगा, कुछ मैं लिख दूंगा। तुम लिखते रहना मुश्किलें, मैं मंजिल लिख दूंगा। Hello friends, I am Neeraj Kumar and I am back again with a new podcast. Today I am sharing space with a senior IT professional who have more than 25 years of experience in operations, services and delivery management. He has proven leadership skills in building team and lead successful IT products and services across the globe. He is a special talent for selling products and services to the clients across the globe. His skill lies in building well-linked, technically compatible, or we can say capable, and highly motivated teams for both software product development and IT services. So let us hear about his story in his own words. Today we are going to take more information about his journey that will be a great takeaway for our end beneficiaries, that is students. So I would like to welcome Mr. Puneet Sharma sir. He is with us today to share his journey, his work with us. So hello sir.
Welcome to our show. Hi Neeraj. Hello friends. It's pleasure to be here.
सर सबसे पहले तो हम आपसे जानकारी चाहेंगे कि आपका एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड थोड़ा सा बताएं बच्चों को। जी।
Actually, I belong to a place nearby Sagar, and that's where I did my schooling.
Yes.
And then at that time, we used to have breathing test.
Okay.
So I got selected into MSCT, Maulana Azad College of Technology.
Yes.
That used to be REC. Later, it's now NIT.
NIT.
After doing my BTech, I had a desire to go to IITs.
Yes.
So I took GATE exam and then got selected into an entered course with IIT Kanpur.
Okay, IIT Kanpur. That's it, sir.
And that I completed in 1996, and from there onwards I started my professional journey. My first job was with campus with Fujitsu Optel
Okay.
in Bhopal itself.
Yes.
I worked here for about one and a half year.
Yes.
And at that time, from 96 till 97.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on which role means you were
Yes. I was primarily taking care of the system. We were developing and actually constructing a telecommunication system
Okay.
for Department of Telecommunication,
Okay.
BSNL.
Yes.
So BSNL used to be our primary customer.
Yes.
And we were getting there is something called CKD and SKD. So completely knocked down product are those where we bring down the components from Fujitsu in Japan. Here we used to assemble, test and then supply to the Department of Telecommunication.
Yes.
So that's where, since my MTech specialization was in quality assurance,
Okay.
that was my first, I joined as a systems engineer for quality department. So there I worked for about 1.5 years, and then I moved because software industry was booming at that time. It was actually the beginning of the boom
Yes, sir.
of software. And a lot of my friends who had directly joined from after we into software industry, they kept on telling me that why don't you switch to software and all that.
Yes, sir.
So I started applying to some of the companies, and then I got a job with a networking software company called Frontier Computers. Yeah, in Pune.
Yes.
So I moved to Pune, and that's where from I think it was September 1997. That's where my journey fully into software started.
Yes.
So it's about 25 years since I've been working in software industry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
सर बेसिकली हमारे जो बच्चे हैं, जो हमारे मोस्टली व्यूअर्स हैं, फर्स्ट ईयर के हैं, तो फर्स्ट ईयर में जब एनरोल होते हैं तो उनको ज़्यादा कुछ भी पता नहीं होता, क्योंकि बहुत सारे बच्चों का बैकग्राउंड फिजिकल एजुकेशन का है, घर से आए हैं। तो सर उनका एक कंसर्न होता है कि आईटी सेक्टर में हमें करियर परस्यू करना है, तो क्या क्या स्किल सेट्स रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं अभी के ट्रेंड के हिसाब से, क्या क्या चीज़ें उन्हें सीखनी चाहिए जो कि उन्हें एक अच्छा फुल फ्लेज करियर ग्रोथ के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट होगा उनके लिए, और क्या क्या सर्टिफिकेशन रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं, ये सब के ऊपर थोड़ा बताएं सर।
आई थिंक ये बात सभी जानते हैं कि आजकल जो द बिगेस्ट jobs are available in domains like artificial intelligence,
Yes.
Internet of Things,
Yes.
data analytics.
Yes.
So मेरे ख्याल से अगर वो अपने during the course, if they are able to do at least some course on these, some certification in these 2-3 domains, it is really going to help.
Yes.
Also, I think from the language perspective, definitely
Yes, sir.
every person who wants to make a career in IT or computer software or computer industry should know at least one or two programming languages.
Yes.
Primarily, I think the top languages from the trends that are coming is usually, I think Python is one of the leading language at this point of time because it has got a lot of good libraries and functions,
Yes, sir.
utilities for data analytics. But one can also do a lot of web development in Python. So Python is a very broad and very flexible versatile language. Besides that, in general, if you are good in other languages or you want to pursue Java, has always been good. PHP is also one of the good languages. Then there are a few other languages. If you have interest in mobile application development, then there are there are tools available, Flutter and
Yes.
Kotlin, and there are several others, Sencha, Touch, and so on. So there is no, these are all the top where you can easily get a job.
Yeah.
Now these are from the technical perspective. From the non-technical perspective, I think everybody has to understand that English is the language which basically is globally recognized, and the market that Indian professionals are typically serving is mostly US based or English speaking. So
Definitely.
during the 4-year period, if you are able to pay emphasis on your language, English communication skills, English reading skills,
I think there's soft skills also.
right. So that really helps.
Yeah.
That is going to get you a good growth also. Yeah. And it is said that, this is that later when you become, let's say, 15 years experience in particular domain, then your communication skills become more important than your technical skills.
Definitely.
So communication skill has to be very good, both written, verbal, and presentation skills.
Yeah.
So I would rather like a student to pay equal attention to that part also.
यस सर, सबसे पहला चीज आपसे तो आपने बहुत कुछ बच्चों को क्लियर कर ही दिया कि आपको सॉफ्ट स्किल्स पे भी इतने ध्यान देना चाहिए, नॉट ओनली योर टेक्निकल स्किल्स। सर, जैसे कंपनी में पहला कदम बच्चा रखता है, वेदर इट इज द रोल ऑफ वी कैन से सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर ट्रेनिंग, तो सर जो जैसे आप अभी आईटी प्रोफेशनल या फिर आईटी कंसल्टेंट होते हैं, दैट विल रिक्वायर अराउंड आई गेस 15 years, more than 15 years of experience. So वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए क्या क्या स्टेप्स हैं, एंड व्हाट वर द स्टेप्स दैट यू टू रीच एट दिस प्लेस?
Basically, the primary step has always been that whatever job is given to you, do to your best of abilities. Once you get into a company, I think most of the companies have this generally good HR practices, and then every day HR practices are evolving. They are becoming more and more employee friendly. They are taking better care of the employees. So from that point of view, as long as you are able to do whatever work is given to you, do with 100% dedication and commitment, and that not only enhances your learning skills but also gives you a good name within the company. So that becomes a reason for company to give you a good growth.
Yes.
My particular journey, if you ask me, I obviously, as I said, that I switched as a systems and QA engineer to Pune. From there, I worked there about 2 years and then learned some skills. Obviously, I always paid good emphasis during my bachelor's degree, despite the fact that I 12th तक हिंदी मीडियम से पढ़ा हूँ primarily, but I paid a lot of attention to my English skills also.
Yeah.
So from there, after working for 2 years, I got an opportunity to work in Singapore with again Hewlett Packard, and that's where it helped because I was able to take the interview. I could answer some of the questions rightly, and then it helped get me the job. From there, within HP, after working for 3.5 years, there was a department being set up in Bangalore with HP itself. So then I decided to move back, and worked with HP for about another 5 years. So my total stint with Hewlett Packard is about 8 years.
Okay.
And that's where I kept on growing from, system engineer to team lead to project manager to delivery manager. And that's where I had this call to come back to Bhopal because this is the state I belong to, and I always had a desire to see if I could do something
Yes.
in IT sector for my own state. So that's when I got an opportunity with well-known company Netlink here.
Okay.
So I joined Netlink in year 2007,
Yes.
and I stayed with Netlink for about 5 years. I left Netlink in 2012, and because by that time I thought that maybe I should try something on my own. And luckily, I was having, while I was serving my notice period, I had some consulting assignments. So I had some sort of cushion, and I took that jump from full-time job to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And the journey started rather slowly, where on one side I registered a company and start building my network
Okay.
from the business angle, but at the same time wherever I got a consulting opportunity to work myself, then I kept on doing those consulting assignments. So I worked in this period. I worked with Zensar. Zensar is another Indian very good company. Got opportunity to go again to for a year to Azerbaijan, and also worked in Spain for 1 year.
Yeah.
After coming back again in 2018, in 2019 I worked for 2 years with a company called Columbus in Hyderabad. Again, as there they wanted somebody to manage the global implementation of ERP solution based on Microsoft Dynamics. So I worked with them for till August 2019, and in between also, after that also I kept on getting some consulting assignment here and there. So I keep doing that. At the same time I was spending rest of the time in serving through building the team for my own company and then building some products. So that's how it's a mix and match for last 5 years or so. I've been trying to balance between the two.
बहुत बढ़िया सर, आपकी जर्नी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग रही और बहुत ही प्रेरणादायक यात्रा कैसे स्टार्ट किया। सर आप अभी जिक्र कर रहे थे अपने स्टार्टअप वेंचर के बारे में, थोड़ा सा उस पर बताइए। आपको पहले इंस्पिरेशन कहाँ से मिली और आपने एक नीश कैसे फाइंड आउट करी कि मुझे इसमें जाना है और ये करना है, तो उसमें आप अभी क्या क्या आप कर रहे हैं और उसमें?
Right. Basically, the inspiration was that I think a lot of people tend to come to that realization that if we can work and deliver, because while I was working for other companies, I was not only doing operations but also was doing a bit of sales also.
Okay, yeah.
Business development.
That is very important.
Right. So when I was able to do that, I thought maybe if I could do it for myself and then create some sort of system, that would give me much more professional satisfaction, and that was the key impetus for me to switch from full-time job to entrepreneurship. I think, and in terms of what we are doing for my company, we are basically doing most of the
consulting company or a kind of product-based company. You are outsourcing or something, or you are giving your services to.
We do both actually, and most of the company typically, at least who start at the grassroots level, have to, one side we have to earn bread and butter, do some job which basically brings us some revenue so that we can pay the salaries and
So may I know the name of the company that you start?
My company name is Madhya Infosoft, and we short form is MIS.
MIS.
And for last 5 years or so, we have been focusing primarily on web application development. Some of them in healthcare sector, some of them are services we have provided to some organizations in education sector. Healthcare sector has been one of the leading ones which we have served and done good job. We are continuing to serve some of the companies in US right now. At the moment, they are very impressed with what we have done so far for them.
Yeah.
Parallelly, we also did a little bit of work here and there on the mobile application development. So, and I don't know. Obviously, COVID has not been good for in general for the world, but from the IT sector, it is really, it has brought the IT sector to the masses,
Yeah.
which was not so much there before that.
Yeah.
So, during that time, we actually became, our model now has more switched from on-premise employees to work from wherever model.
Yeah.
So most of my employees, at least 50-60% work from wherever we find a good resource and skills and we allow them to work. So we have employees from Sagar sitting in Sagar working. We have employees even in Bhopal, but they have never visited office.
Okay.
They haven't even met me personally, but we have just had meetings on. But it has been working, and many of the clients have never seen the faces, but we have been serving them for close to 3 years now.
Yes.
So yeah, it is going okay.
So what is your company size? Your company size क्या है?
We have grown to about 25 people now.
Okay.
Half of them are actually on payroll and half of them work on project basis.
और सर आपको जो कंपनी का मॉडल है बेसिकली जो B2B B2C होता है तो बेसिकली क्या मॉडल है?
Mostly B2B. B2C we do little bit of very little work because it's very individualized kind of services where we develop a personalized web application website for professional and then manage their profile and do some sort of other activities. But those are not really too much. B2C is not the area, and I think many of the software companies can't survive on B2C type of work. It is mostly B2B we work.
So तो आपका स्टार्टअप बेसिकली इज काइंड ऑफ बूटस्ट्रैप या
Bootstrap, absolutely bootstrap.
यस सर और सर जैसे बच्चों का कंसर्न होता है आई जस्ट वांट टू लेट यू नो दैट वी हैव आल्सो started a branch called CSBS, which is an acronym of Computer Science and Business Systems. So we are signing an MOU with TCS. So इनके करिकुलम में इंटर्नशिप का भी है प्राइमरी सेमेस्टर्स में यूनिक कॉन्सेप्ट है थोड़ा सा तो इंटर्नशिप को लेकर बच्चे काफी हैरत में भी रहते हैं क्योंकि फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में या फर्स्ट ईयर में बच्चे जब आते हैं और इंटर्नशिप की जब तलाशने जाते हैं तो फ्रेशर्स और नोविस है तो कोई उनको उतना तवज्जो नहीं देता तो सर इंटर्नशिप के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं आपके कंपनी में या आपके नॉलेज में हो जहाँ इनके लिए बेटर ऑप्शंस हो सकते हैं और क्या क्या जब आप एज अ इंटर्न हायर करते हैं आपकी कंपनी कितनी बैंडविड्थ अलाउ करती है कितना इंटेक है बच्चों को लेने का और इस पे थोड़ा सा सर्विस गाइडेंस
We have always been taking interns, and more often than not, we also pay them some sort of stipend. That we have maintained even from RGP and your own department. We have taken some of them have turned into our employees. One MTech student was Rahul Lema. He worked for us for about 4 years, and then he moved on. He's currently with a big education institute in Bhopal.
Yeah.
And others also we keep taking. I know some of your professors, so they come to me for some help, even from colleges in Sagar and other places.
Yeah.
We at least have 1 or 2 interns always working with us, and
And what is the hiring process sir? मतलब कैसे अप्लाई कर सकते हैं आपको लिंकिंग के थ्रू या फिर कैसे
generally, I mean, it typically happens they find out some way or the other and then try to reach me through email or phone or contact. Like I said, some of the professors are known to me
सर
personally.
मैं भी रिफर कर दूंगा अगर मुझे
Definitely, as and when required, we entertain and we make sure that the tenure that they spend with us, there is some sort of learning. So we just don't push them, rather we give them a job to do, and then we follow, and we typically assign a senior, team lead or a senior programmer, excuse me, who monitors their work.
definitely
So right now I think 1 or 2 students from Indore recently completed her training, and then currently one student is from Dehradun.
ओके सो क्या मेरी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आप अवॉइड करते हैं इस इंटर्नशिप की कि वो फिजिकल मोड पे अगर ना प्रेजेंट हो पाए तो
Absolutely no problem.
वर्क फ्रॉम देयर
Absolutely no problem.
परमानेंट बेसिस
Yes. Like I said, both interns, one who completed from Indore never visited us. We just had, remote meetings. Same with the other student. She has done her training, but whenever she is so enthusiastic that whenever she has some time, like she recently recently completed her semester exam. She said, "Sir, I want to do something." So we engaged her in a client project.
Okay.
So hopefully she does a good job again. So in terms of income, not a problem. As long as we have the time and the bandwidth and the needs,
Yeah.
we will entertain them. Not a problem.
Yes, sir. सर बेसिकली अभी हम कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट पे आते हैं, स्क्रम मास्टर का कॉन्सेप्ट है, एजाइल का कॉन्सेप्ट आता है, तो इस पे थोड़ा सा पता चले कि है क्या बेसिकली और क्यों ये करना चाहिए.
These are basically project management methodologies.
Yeah.
Now, typically, historically, what was happening that we used to have a project management in a certain way. We would have a waterfall model or a spiral model and so on, where you first have to have the clearly defined requirements and then you design the product and then develop and test it, move to production or roll it out. That used to be the model. The concept changed over the years because that used to be very time consuming till the customer used to see the product which he can really use, version 1.0 if I may. Over the years, the practitioners of project management, realized that client is not interested in seeing the end product immediately. Rather, he want to see something that he can use initially, which has basic, functionalities.
Yeah.
And then over a period of time, obviously, more and more functionality can be added.
Functional requirements.
Right. So that's when this agile model came, where we have different, obviously the model is like there are different roles played by different, participants.
Yeah.
One is the product owner, one is the scrum master, and then we have the team.
Yeah.
And the whole work is divided into different sprints where certain features are targeted and the version is released, then we have to backlog is released and so on.
Yeah.
So it is good because most of the companies are actually going in agile mode.
Yes.
So yeah, and on top of that, I think it is important that PMP certification is one thing, project management professional certification, which is also a globally recognized certification.
Okay.
So one can take that certification.
Is it a prerequisite before completing the certification course?
Agile is a knowledge base. Basically, there are obviously in LinkedIn you can take some sort of certification.
Yes.
But PMP is a formal certification where you have to have certain number of hours you should have taken the training.
Yes.
Followed by that you have to appear for the exam.
Yes.
And there are certain expectations that you should score. I think probably 60 to 70%, something like that.
There's a special.
Yeah.
Basically, you have to
And then you get the certification which is
Yes.
active for 3 years, and then you can keep on renewing it every time.
Okay. This validity is up to 3 years.
3 years from first time you get the certification.
Yes.
And also, if you within PMP also there is a PGMP because next growth path in project management domain is program management. So there is a PGMP certification also people are taking. I have not taken. I have just limited myself to PMP because I have started doing other things. But yeah, you can take that. So, and once you have enough knowledge about the project management discipline per se,
Yes.
then you can learn like Agile, Scrum, Extreme Programming. There are forms of Agile, project management methodology.
Yes. Sir.
So you can get good knowledge about that.
Yes.
And there are enough material available on the web, free as well as paid.
Yes.
So absolutely no shortage of learning these days.
Yes, sir. सर जैसे कि हमारे प्री फाइनल ईयर के लिए स्टूडेंट्स हैं, कुछ ही समय बाद वो अपीयर होंगे प्रोसेस में ऑन कैंपस कंपनीज में, तो सर मैं आपसे कुछ गाइडेंस चाहूँगा कि आप बताएं कि कैसे इंटरव्यू में, जैसे आपने बहुत सी चीज़ें तो क्लियर कर ली और आप सीनियर आईटी प्रोफेशनल हैं, तो आपने काफ़ी इंटरव्यूज दिए होंगे, काफ़ी कैंडिडेट्स को रिक्रूट किया है, तो सर एक अच्छा इंप्रेशन क्रिएट करने के लिए, इम्पैक्टफुल इंप्रेशन क्रिएट करने के लिए बेसिकली किन किन मतलब चीज़ों पे बच्चों को ध्यान देना चाहिए कि वो इंटरव्यू में एक अच्छा इंप्रेशन क्रिएट कर सकें और उसको क्वालिफाई कर सकें, तो थोड़ा सा उस पर प्रकाश डालिए। और सेकेंडली मैं इसी के साथ एक और क्वेश्चन पुट अप करूँगा कि जो रेज्यूमे बिल्डिंग का है, सबसे पहले तो उस पर भी थोड़ा सा, क्योंकि कई बच्चे बहुत कुछ कर रहे होते हैं, कई सर्टिफिकेशन है, कई लैंग्वेज सीख रही है, हालांकि वो प्रोफिशिएंट नहीं होते हैं, वो भी लैंग्वेज को मेंशन कर देते हैं और कम से कम 3-4 पेज का रेज्यूमे बना लेते हैं। तो एक आइडियल जो हमारा रिज्यूमे होता है वो क्या होना चाहिए, कैसा होना चाहिए, और इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस में हमें कैसे अपने आप को प्रेजेंटेबल बनाना चाहिए, तो ताकि वो एक अच्छे मतलब तरीके से क्वालिफाई कर सके इंटरव्यू, ये गाइडेंस मैं चाहूँगा सर आपसे। जी,
basically I think once the first impression that any student creates is that after appearance, I would say,
Yeah.
you should be decently dressed and all that.
यस
That is the minimum, I would say, that is
Yeah.
required. But once that is done, what you write in resume, you should be able to confidently say.
यस
I have seen a lot of students,
Yes.
they put a lot of projects, and everybody puts library management, everybody puts student management, but nobody knows like कि वो बना कैसे है, उसकी बेसिक्स नहीं पता, तो आप वो मत लिखिए जो आपने किया नहीं है,
जी।
just to fill the resume, and then at least you should be able to tell कि even if अगर आप लिख भी रहे हैं student management system या library management, तो you should know कि वो करता क्या है, वो कैसे बना,
उसका यूज केस,
उसका यूज क्या है, ये सब चीजें आपको मालूम होना चाहिए। और जो लिखा है, और जो भी अगर प्रोग्रामिंग लिखें तो आप एक प्रोग्रामिंग लिखती है
जी,
बट व्हाट यू उसके, बिकॉज इंटरव्यूज आर नॉट लाइक एग्जाम इज नॉट एग्जाम 3 hours एग्जाम, इट इज टिपिकली अंडरस्टैंडिंग योर कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल्स एंड बेसिक नॉलेज अबाउट थिंग्स,
यस
राइट? तो इट्स मोर ऑफ अ टेस्ट ऑफ योर स्मार्टनेस and communication skills,
Yes.
little bit of technical skills also.
Yeah.
That's it, I think. Generally companies like to see a presentable, smart candidate who should be trainable.
Yeah.
Who should be trainable, not really who may not know everything, but he should be trainable.
यस
That's the requirement. I think often, if students are able to do that much, I think they would be more successful.
ओके सर, सटीक जानकारी दी सर आपने, बहुत मैं ये कामना करता हूँ कि जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं काफ़ी कुछ इससे सीख पाएंगे। सर एक क्वेश्चन मेरा ये भी था कि जैसे कि बच्चे जब कैंपस में किसी कंपनी में अपियर करते हैं तो उनकी प्रायोरिटी बेस में, जैसे मैं देख पाता हूँ, मैं टीच करता हूँ बच्चे, तो ज़्यादातर वो सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर ही बनना चाहते हैं बहुत से, उन्हें पता नहीं कि बहुत सारे बिजनेस टूल्स और भी होते हैं किसी कंपनी में आप आते हैं। तो क्या सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर ही एक उनके लिए एक पाथ होता है जिससे वो कह सकते हैं कि ग्रोथ उनकी अच्छी होगी, या फिर जैसे बीए, क्यूए और ये सब भी टीम्स होती हैं जो काम करती हैं, एचआर डिपार्टमेंट इज आल्सो देयर। तो सर आपसे मैं एक सजेशन चाहूँगा कि आपने क्योंकि पर्सनली चीज़ देखी, ऑब्जर्व करी, तो आप क्या इसमें हिदायत देना चाहेंगे बच्चों को कि उन्हें मतलब स्टार्टिंग में जो वो जा रहे हैं तो उन्हें लर्निंग मोड पे होना चाहिए, मतलब दे शुड बी एबल टू लर्न ऑन व्हाटएवर विद द रूल जिस पे वो हायर हो रहे हैं, कि सिर्फ उन्हें अपने आप को रिजिड मोड पे रखना चाहिए, फिक्स कर लेना चाहिए कि यार इसी फोकस करना सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट सब कुछ, या फिर वो उसका प्रोविजन भी होता है कि वो स्विच कर सकता है, जैसे किसी कम्युनिकेशन अच्छी है तो बीए में ले लिया जाता है उसको।
Yeah, companies typically when they hire for certain type of a role,
Yes.
which is most likely more often than not either a programmer or a tester.
Yes.
But once you are inside the company, you get a lot of opportunity to make lateral moves
Yes.
into different departments, and that's where because companies then require a business analyst, they require somebody who can do good recruitment, so that you can switch to the HR and recruitment side also.
Yes.
And we can even switch into the marketing side because marketing requires a lot of graphic designing. So if you have a creative bent of mind, then you can use that to develop those skills.
Yes, sir.
So all these are possible once you are inside the company, are doing the job, what is given to you nicely, and then you can switch to other roles.
Yes, sir. Okay.
It's always possible.
Yes, sir. सर जैसे आप प्रोजेक्ट से रिलेटेड आपने बताया कि आप बाहर भी रहे हैं, आपको मौका मिला है कि देश विदेश में आप बाहर भी भ्रमण किए हैं और कुछ समय तक काम किया है, तो आप क्या डिफरेंस पाते हैं यहाँ के वर्क कल्चर और वहाँ के वर्क कल्चर में? आईटी सेक्टर से पर्टिकुलर में पूछना चाहूँगा कि आपको वहाँ पे कोई डिफरेंस भी होगा कि जैसे मोस्टली ये जो लोगों का रुझान होता है, जैसे मुझे मोस्टली मैन कंपनीज को टारगेट करते हैं, कुछ लोग फॉरेन जाके मतलब सेटलमेंट चाहते हैं कि वो वहाँ की अप्लाई करते हैं, तो क्या हमारे यहाँ पे जॉब्स जो हैं अवेलेबल, तो उसमें क्या उन्हें वैसी ग्रोथ नहीं मिल पाएगी कि उन्हें बाहर जाना जरूरी है, या फिर बाहर जाके एक बार एक्सपोजर लेना उन्हें भी चाहिए? तो आपको क्या डिफरेंस मतलब वहाँ पे मिला देखने को और यहाँ पे जो आप चाहेंगे कि कुछ चीज़ें वहाँ पे जो देखी यहाँ पे आ जाना चाहिए, जो आप एलिमिनेट करना चाहेंगे यहाँ पे या सुधारना चाहेंगे, तो ऐसे कुछ सिस्टम मतलब जो लूपहोल से आपको लगेगा तो आप उसको बता सकते
I think that it used to be probably a lot of difference initially, maybe 15-20 years ago, but not anymore. I think India also has a very employee-friendly work culture, good companies these days.
Yes.
So the difference is narrowing.
Yeah.
But I would not say that if you get a chance to go on a project for a few years, you must do that because that products your first of all it equips you to work with people from different countries,
Yes.
understand their communication style, give you added confidence to communicate, because generally what we face with freshers particularly, even though they may have a good English, but
Yeah.
once they see the American accent or a British accent or
Yeah.
they can't speak, they just they'll get lost
Yes.
in thoughts and unable to convey what they want to say, even though they may be knowing that technically or they have done the job technically or
Yeah.
So working, getting a project opportunity abroad always helps. But again, all of that is possible being within India also. But there is no harm if you get to go abroad.
यस सर, मैं और जानकारी आपसे जानना चाहूँगा कि आपके अभी करेंटली कौन से प्रोजेक्ट पे आप काम कर रहे हैं और आपके आने वाले भी कौन से प्लान्स हैं जो आप एक्सिक्यूट करने की सोच रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा उसको बताएं।
अभी हम एक हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर के लिए, मतलब हेल्थ केयर कंपनी है जिसके लिए हम कई प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं। वी आर डूइंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट, वी आर डूइंग अपग्रेड ऑफ देयर सिस्टम्स to bringing all of them. There is something called Microsoft Endpoint Manager, so we are doing an upgrade. Excuse me, because they have acquired another company and then they have a different set of policies, so we are bringing, so that is our one project. We are also doing an application development for them. We are also doing some sort of image capture, OCR, optical character recognition. That is also going on, and there are other smaller utilities we are building for them. So 3-4 projects we are doing for one company itself in US.
Okay.
And also for a couple of companies, one company in which is a government company in Belgium, we have been doing a lot of testing work for them,
Yes.
automated testing. They are quite happy with our work, what we have done. We are also, after testing, they gave us a budgeting application to develop, so we are in the second phase of that.
Yes, sir.
There are some other companies which keep doing different kinds of work. We have our own product which we are providing on license basis.
Okay.
It's called, for manufacturing sector, it's called Inquiry Quotation Management System.
Okay, you have developed it on your own?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a client requirement, we built it and then we sort of converted it into a product.
Yes.
So we are trying to sell it.
Yes, yes.
We also have built intelligent recruitment system, which is again based on little bit of AI, called HR Bot.
Yes, sir.
So that is our product.
So इसमें थोड़ा सा elaborate कर पाएंगे, थोड़ा कि मैंने पढ़ा था।
Yeah. HR Bot is basically a concept where it is for the recruiters.
Yeah.
Recruiters in India, what I have seen and what everybody must be seeing, that as soon as a company advertises a job,
Yes.
and mostly for junior positions,
Yes.
on one position you typically get hundreds of resumes.
Yes.
Now it becomes a mammoth task for recruitment team to go through each email
Yeah.
or the form that gets filled and then it comes in your inbox, to search through the detail, find the relevance of their resume with the job requirement, because generally people apply without even looking at the job requirements or the skills required,
Yes.
and it becomes a huge task for recruiters to filter out those resumes.
Okay.
What with HR Bot we do is we build some sort of preset questionnaires. So where the position is advertised, if anybody wants to apply, he has to first go through the bot interaction.
It's a kind of expert system that you have.
Sort of.
Yeah.
And there we ask certain questions, pre-qualification questions,
Yeah.
in which there are certain mandatory questions like your age,
It's a kind of assessment. It's generally.
online assessment, but interactive assessment.
Yes.
And once he is able to answer those, and in that there are certain personal subjective questions, there are certain technical questions based on the skills required.
Yes.
And once a candidate qualifies, then only he is allowed to post his resume or upload the resume. So that basically, so there is a preset filtering criteria that we are putting right at the front, and every candidate who is interested in the job has to go through it. So that saves a lot of time, and our estimate is that for a single position it can save up to 50% of recruiter's time.
Definitely, sir.
So that saves a lot of effort on the part of recruiters. Obviously, once the filtering is done, then somebody has to really technically evaluate, and then personally HR part comes in, which has to be done separately. But then initially this is a a system which we have.
यस सर. सर जैसा आपने बताया, से मैं थोड़ी देर पहले जो आपसे क्वेश्चन पुट अप किया था कि जैसे आप हायर करते हैं बच्चों को, तो बेसिकली क्या क्या, जैसे आपका डोमेन ऑफ एक्सपर्टीज या फिर कह सकते हैं काइंड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी रिलेटेड में बात करूँ तो क्या आप फोकस करते हैं? जैसे बहुत सी कंपनी .NET C# वर्क कर रही है, तो आप
हम लोग पाइथन और PHP पे काफी काम करते हैं. इसके अलावा सेलेनियम में अगर किसी को नॉलेज है टेस्टिंग में, उस पे करते हैं. मेनली तो इसी पे डोमेन पे करते हैं. फिर अगर किसी को थोड़ा बहुत वेब का नॉलेज है, जावा .NET पे भी कुछ प्रोजेक्ट हम करते हैं. जैसे कलकत्ता की कंपनी के लिए हमने .NET पे काफी काम किया, कर रहे हैं, और बीच बीच में जावा पे भी रिक्वायरमेंट आती है. तो इन जनरल हमारी यही स्किल सेट्स है.
ओके सर.
टेक्निकली तो हमें प्रोग्राम वाइज यही करते हैं. इसके अलावा कुछ रोल्स ऐसे भी हैं जो सिंपल मैनुअल टेस्टिंग हो, तो उसमें अगर स्टूडेंट डज नॉट एनी टेक्निकल नॉलेज बट at least can use a product well and then has good communication skills, or can use a software, he can test manually,
you can design
and
test cases and test the software
and then put the bugs in the system. When the developer fix, then he has to retest those applications. So as long as he's well organized in these things, he can be a good candidate for us.
यस सर. इसलिए मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा था क्योंकि बहुत से बच्चों के माइंड में ये रहता है सर कि ये लैंग्वेज ऑब्सोलीट हो गया, इसमें अब क्या वर्क होता है. जैसे .NET भी लोग मोस्टली, लेकिन अभी भी काम होता है पाइथन PHP और .NET C#, और अभी तो सर React Node.js.
हाँ, React Node पे मैं I forgot to say we do quite a bit of work on Angular,
AngularJS, React.js, Node.js. तो ये सब नॉर्मली आपको इस पे एक्वायर करना चाहिए नॉलेज, क्योंकि मोस्टली जो कंपनीज हैं अभी इस पे वर्क कर रही हैं. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने अगर C++ पढ़ा तो वो आपका काम नहीं आएगा. ऊप्स के कॉन्सेप्ट बेसिकली जो हम कहते हैं राइट फ्रॉम द, जब आप एकेडमी में पढ़ते हैं तो वो आपको होता है, जिससे आपको प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एक स्किल डेवलप हो जाती है, जो क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग भी कहते हैं कि आप किसी प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट को देख के उसका क्या ऑप्टिमल सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो. तो बेसिकली ऐसा कोई बैरियर या कह सकते हैं कोई लॉस नहीं होता अगर आप ये लैंग्वेजेस भी सीख रहे हैं. तो बाद में आप अपग्रेड करिए अपने आप को, इंटरेस्ट के हिसाब से आप अपनी निश फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं कि मुझे PHP सीखना है, पाइथन सीखना है, या वेब बेस्ड डेवलपमेंट में जाना है, या कुछ और. बैकएंड पे भी हम बात करेंगे सर. बैकएंड का मोस्टली बच्चे फ्रंट एंड में सब बहुत ज्यादा रुझान लेते हैं, UI UX डिजाइन करने में कोई लगा हुआ है, उन्हें बहुत अच्छा भी लगता है सर, लेकिन बैकएंड की प्रोसेस में नहीं समझ पाते. जैसे हम लोग पढ़ते हैं सर SQL वगैरह भी पढ़ते हैं, स्ट्रक्चर्ड क्वेरी लैंग्वेज ऑन. तो सर मैंने देखा है कि फॉर्म डिजाइन करना इज नॉट, इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ पीस ऑफ केक. इतना कोई रॉकेट साइंस कॉन्सेप्ट तो रहा नहीं, लेकिन बैकएंड की प्रोसेस में बच्चे नेग्लेक्ट कर देते हैं. जैसे कि कैसे आपको जॉइंट्स लगाने हैं, टेबल्स में से क्या कंस्ट्रेंट्स होते हैं, ये सब चीजों पे ध्यान देना चाहिए. तो सर आप थोड़ा सा बताएंगे कि बैकएंड के लिए बच्चों को मतलब क्या क्या चीजें सीखनी चाहिए, और जिससे
बैकएंड के लिए मेरे ख्याल से डेटाबेस का अच्छा नॉलेज हो, जो आपने बताया कि कौन सा ज्वाइन कब लगता है, क्या डेटाबेस स्ट्रक्चर होना चाहिए, आइडियल वे टू डिजाइन, नॉर्मलाइजेशन, फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड फोर्थ नॉर्मल फॉर्म्स एंड ऑल दैट. जितने अच्छे कॉन्सेप्ट रहेंगे उतना अच्छा रहेगा. लेकिन इस सब के अलावा बेसिकली कुछ भी, जैसे आजकल के जो मोस्ट फेमस डेटाबेस सिस्टम्स हैं, कुछ ओपन सोर्स है, कुछ प्रोप्राइटरी सर्वर, Oracle, otherwise MySQL, Firebase, ये इनमें से कोई भी आप सीख ले तो हर स्किल का अपना एक जरूरत है इंडस्ट्री को. If you know one tool well, then you can pick up the other one very quickly. That is, क्योंकि fundamentals remain same. Backend में not only that part, I think the backend का पूरा जो डिजाइन होता है, बैकएंड का जो पूरा डिजाइन वो बेसिकली एज लॉन्ग एज यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द यूजर रिक्वायरमेंट्स करेक्टली, देन यू कैन ट्रांसलेट दैट इनटू द बैकएंड बिजनेस लॉजिक, व्हिच इज बेसिकली मेक्स द बैकएंड। तो वो लेकिन समय के साथ आ जाता है, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं, तो आपको काम करना पड़ता है, काम करते रहो, धीरे धीरे टर्म्स टर्मिनोलॉजी और यूजर रिक्वायरमेंट में आपका माइंड एक्ट करने लगता है, तो इट्स ऑल कम्प्लीट।
जी सर, और कोई जानकारी जो आप हमारे दर्शकों को देना चाहेंगे? मेरे मन में जो क्वेश्चंस थे और बच्चों के क्वेश्चंस तो मैंने काफी पूछा, कोई ऐसी चीज जो हम आपको उस पर भी प्रकाश करना चाहेंगे, जो हम कुछ पाए, कुछ ऐसी हिदायत हमारे बच्चों को देना चाहेंगे नए वर्ष में कि क्या चीज़ों पे फोकस करें और कैसा क्या क्या जो रिजोल्यूशन होते हैं बेसिकली जो बनाते हैं पर्सनल लेवल पे प्लस प्रोफेशनल लाइफ के लिए, गोल्डन अचीवमेंट्स के लिए, तो आप उनके लिए क्या हिदायत देना चाहेंगे जिससे कि वो थोड़ा सा मोटिवेटेड रहें, सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड रहें और जो काम कर रहे हैं पूरी ईमानदारी से अपने काम को अंजाम दे सकें? थोड़ा सा आपसे क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
मैं सिर्फ एक ही मैसेज देना चाहूँगा कि these 4 years 5 years आप जो स्पेंड करते हैं कॉलेज में, these are very critical and use that time to the best of your ability to learn whichever way कॉलेज के थ्रू। अगर बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स हो सकता है कि कॉलेज में बहुत से कॉलेज में टीचर बहुत अच्छा नहीं पढ़ा पाते शायद, तो आजकल इतनी ऑनलाइन लर्निंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं कि आप कोई सर्टिफिकेशन कीजिए, कोई कम्युनिकेशन कोर्स कीजिए, यूज दिस टाइम टू दैट इज गोइंग टू दैट कैन डिफरेंशिएट ऑल द शॉर्टकमिंग्स that may have, because lot of not everybody can qualify for IITs or NITs, but those who don't qualify does not need to lose heart.
Yes,
they can use these 4 years and develop their skills, which can later prove to be much more valuable than anybody who's passing out from the bigger colleges and institutes. That's the message I would like to give, that these 4 years are the most critical period of your life. So learn and make use of it as much as possible. मेरी तरफ से सभी को शुभकामना और आपको विशेष रूप से आपके प्रयास के लिए इट्स अ ग्रेट एफर्ट एंड माय बेस्ट ऑफ लक। एंड इससे रिलेटेड आपको किसी भी तरह की मदद की अगर जरूरत हो तो डेफिनेटली
बस सर आपका आशीर्वाद ऐसे बना रहे। हमने एक छोटा सा प्रयास बच्चों के लिए, एक छोटा सा हमारा एक पहल थी जिसको हमने शुरू किया है, इसको हम आगे तक और लेकर जाएंगे और आप जैसे शख्सियतों से उनको रूबरू मुखातिब करवाएंगे और जो कुछ भी उनके माइंड में क्वेश्चंस होते हैं करियर से रिलेटेड उसको हम सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते हैं सर। और 2 पंक्तियों के साथ मैं आज का पॉडकास्ट यहीं पे समाप्त करना चाहूंगा कि हमेशा हौसला बनाओ ऊंची उड़ान का, हमेशा हौसला बनाओ ऊंची उड़ान का, फिजूल में मत देखो कद आसमान का। तो मैं आशा करता हूं कि आज के पॉडकास्ट से आपको काफी कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा और वो सब चीजों को आप अपने जीवन में अमल करेंगे तो एक सक्सेसफुल व्यक्तित्व के रूप में उभरेंगे। तो इसी के साथ मैं आपसे विदा लेता हूं और मिलते हैं अगले पॉडकास्ट में एक नई शख्सियत के साथ। तब तक के लिए नमस्कार, धन्यवाद सर।
थैंक यू सो मच।